Ado Veli Podcast, the #1 Kenyan music podcast.
Mambo vipi everyone, welcome to Ado Veli Podcast. You are listening to the Kenyan #1 music podcast. I am your host Pesh. Karibuni tena to a whole brand new season of Ado Veli Podcast. We are on to season 7 and I certainly hope that you guys have had an amazing week and that you are doing well. So leo I'm all alone and I'd like us to look into some elements that did shape Kenyan Hip Hop in 2020. Now I'm going to be doing this in 6 categories, in 6 steps. Nikianzia, let's talk about the lyricist. Who was your lyricist of 2020? For me, I'm going with Quill because I feel as if Quill, he's always surprising me all the time. We did have a chance to speak to him about his new album, the New Decade Same Dreams album. If you missed out on that episode, tafadhali, kindly do consider going back to listen to it. And for me, each and every time I go back to listen to NDST nasikianga tu, I'm always learning something about Quill. I'm learning something about how he thinks, how he feels, how he chooses to address situations, because Ajay seems to hype and himself is of mambo, like let's talk. I observe this in Bamba, so that is why I classify Quill as a poetic and a conscious lyricist at the same time, because utampata akiaddress some issues that don't make him happy. So that is Quill for you, and I feel that he was really slept on in 2020, yet he did have an amazing album and he has been dropping some great tracks as well. Moving forward, another lyricist that was slept on in 2020 happens to be Trabolee, and this happens to Trabolee all the time. Gwangi, you guys have really been sleeping on Trabolee, but in the year, of course, he did manage to drop his EP, the SewerSydaa EP, together with Akili, Blaq. Now, Trabolee is also a poetic and a conscious lyricist at the same time. You'll find him talking about things. He's not scared to address things. He's not scared to mention things that other people are scared to mention. So that is Trabolee for you. And from those two artists, from those two lyricists, from Quill, we're gonna be playing for you the song To The Bank. Is from his album New Decade Same Dreams, and from Trabolee, we're gonna be playing for you the song Meaning, in which he features Akili, Blaq. This is from the SewerSydaa EP. So at this moment, tuware hizo ngoma mbili na ziwabambe.
All my niggas, man, hustlers. Man, ride to the cash, gotta buckle up. Capitalism in the capital city, turn the city in the sun to a black hole, swallows up your dreams, your fears, your thoughts, ideas, you run, trying to beat the one in front of the gun. Cause I heard that motherfucker live forever through this pen and some ink, give my soul propellers. That's lyrical alchemy, a level up. I'm all about boundaries, a classical hip-hop for elite, prone to please your eardrums over beat. You know it's real, trying to get my whole gang in my city up. So I'm all up in my space like a meteor. I come through whenever I come through on the flow, you can bet I'll be mean enough. Had to level up, I had to lane switch, had to leave the lanes with the blanket, trying to make my table at the banquet. Never name drop, I'm the name bitch. You can take the bar and you can bank it. Man, I got the data, fuck a blank this. And the data saying I be super saiyan, never playing no games of this rap shit.
Get
that's
right.
right.
Run up on a dick. No gimmicks, no games. Take that to the bank. Take it 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 to the bank. Tryna get the bag. Run up on a dick. No gimmicks, no games. Take that to the bank. Take it 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 to the bank.
Chasing this paper is just like a goose. Temperature cold, don't get it confused. The sickest of flows, feeling too viral like internet goes. This is survival, I'm up on my toes. Ending my business, don't need your nose, and I know what I know. Stick to the code, burning them rappers and that's on the low. Flipping rotisseries, drinking will kill you. I'm sipping obituaries. I grab a mic and I murder vicinities. Doing this shit cause it's good for my inner peace. Balance the synergy between my mind and the sceneries that I see when I envision my destinies. But the city too brutal won't let me breathe. Using my usual tactics, pill up some ink, now they practically panicking, picking this planet, the plan is immaculate. I mean, you said meaning, the timing is accurate. Tuna tawala ka caliphate, making my moves in this lyrical odyssey. Whole life like a metaphor, keep it going for sabbaticals. Now I'm up like the valley rose. Now they got me on a pedestal with the bag, I'm inseparable, damn.
Tryna get the bag. Run up on a dick. No gimmicks, no games. Take that to the bank. Take it 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 to the bank. Tryna get the bag. Run up on a dick. No gimmicks, no games. Take that to the bank. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank. it to the bank.
So you gotta do everything with intention, huh? Without losing ourselves. Stay grounded, yo. Skizzer. Now let the ruler flow majestic. We'll use a soul, na bado huko kwa guest list. They do the most for fake shit. Many troubadour kwa best beats. For millenniums and many moons. Baka millennials and many tunes. Where relax, many bloom. When he dashes, many broom. Pass me ego maniacs in the room. Where you a thief on a Gina who wish it too. So picture Mavina kwa hisen too. I don't need a singer, just a slick sample. Na need to skika toka Kenyan paka Eastern fool. Kabla machina waja pull some bullshit. Never been a fixer, Pro Tools, the toolkit. Made you I believe a both smooths, the blueprints. Get whole truth from loose lips. Feel him cut the whole foods, the muesli. We healing madness, slow blues, the music. Kitchen badget, corkscrews and pool sticks. Same weapon, different target, same season, different damage. Made wisdom with the madness. We made wisdom with the madness. See? Say hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some sweat quick soul up in it. Say my hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some sweat quick soul up in it. Say hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some sweat quick soul up in it. Say my hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some sweat quick soul up in it. I'm here. Say go why the nia. Uta why sikia. Lakini pengania. Now step inside the dream, ascend and send the pin. Shadina kajanin kodet mataza dim how. Your hate don't cost a thing. I sketch and cause a sin. The chef is so pristine now. His train is so supreme. He pen, he cause his skin. He came, he saw his king now. His rain is no his wind. Hit wave, he cause his spin. This way we go within. Wow. This pain's supposed to sting though. Success, I toshi shingo. Check zigo, casino, flex, ego, na ego. Bless people, na free to face evil and live long. We face evil and live long. We face evil and live long. We face evil and live long. That's how alchemists do. Once you find yourself in a situation, you're like, how can I learn the best from this? How can I make this an opportunity that I can evolve? Because we're all here for evolution, you know. You gotta change, you gotta grow, you gotta find that place inside your soul that is true to you, you know. You already know, man. Me not jua, miss joy. Hey, me not jua, miss joy. You gotta realize that illusion of separation is not real. So we gotta share what we can. We gotta harness when we can. That's what happens, man. You harness wind, you make electricity. You harness wind. It's all about energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed, you know. So you take it and go with it. Take it and go with it, you know. Cause daily life is for the living. Cow pony, what's the minute? Daily life is for the living. Cow pony, what's the minute? Daily life is for the living. Cow pony, what's the minute? Daily life is for the living. Cow pony, what's the minute?
Yo manze, that track ya Trabolee ni heavy and I mean it's lyrically heavy. For you to understand what Trabolee really sings about, you just need a clear headspace. Yo tunjo inaweza kuguide. It goes in deep. Moving forward, another element that did shape Kenyan hip hop in 2020, the Sheng Masters, Ngumi Mbwekse, Ngumi ni Jamu. All these guys come up and wanaimba Sheng ingine wasi wanasema I understand. I'm talking about Mbogi Genje, I'm talking about wasi kama Gota City. Pia nimekuwa nikiona you guys mkisema understand Munga saa zingine uimba nini. I've been seeing you guys having that kind of a conversation. So for me, the Sheng Masters that really did make my 2020, one of them is Munga Domani, Mad Munga Manzejo representing Wakadinali. He also did drop his album, the Haitaki Hasira album. I'm not going to be delving into Haitaki Hasira album. I did a review episode on that album. If you missed out, kindly please do consider going to listen to that album. The episode is titled Breaking the Record. So if you missed out Manzejo, just go back and listen to it. And I feel that he's a very flexible person. He can rap in any language and azata jitungia lugha yake. That's how free he is as an artist. So for me, Mad Munga ama Munga Domani, each and every time anabonga ile sheng yenye unasikia ni kama uget, that is the time he brings out Mad Munga. Yani that's Mad Munga for you. When he's speaking in some languages unashanga mali zimetoka ama hiyo sheng yenye you understand, that's Mad Munga for you. But you know what, it's so simple. If you just happen to ask around, you get the meaning of anything that he says. You sing as many people might perceive his language to be. So we're gonna be having the song Shosh Gwangi of the album Haitaki Hasira. Moving forward, Sheng Masters wengine wenye walinibamba sana in 2020, Mbogi Genje manze, they've shaped 2020 hip hop wise. Wamekuwa akitumia lugha nyingine wasi wanasema pia hawaget. But we can all agree that Mbogi Genje wamejaribu sana. They've really tried to be dropping tracks each and every time they have an opportunity. The tracks pia na some amazing videos backing the tracks as well. So Mbogi Genje, we all know that they have the biggest coverifics in these streets, and that is one of the songs that helped them go viral. Na watu wamekuwa kiwatafuta sana wafanye kazi na wao because you know what, they are worth it and they are here to stay. So at this moment tutasikiza Shosh Gwangi, and from Mbogi Genje we're going to be having the song Full Degree, produced by none other than Hitman Things, aye, Batman Things. So hizi ngoma mbili tutazigwara sahi na ziwa bambe.
Yo Shosh yangu ni Gwangi, usanifu kwa plot ataka kuna giza. Sichezi mimi ni bandi kila scene still angmiza. Yo kasi na shilingi za peng na jua ringi na manga aringi. Uchumi inatumiza. Nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, gunga na R.I.Z.E. Nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E. Shosh yangu ni Gwangi, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E. Mira nilipunguza lakini hawamini nikimanga mbinji. Kasi na shilingi za peng ting na haringi na manga aringi. Hii lifestyle yes napata ganji lakini inaniannoy. Naenda mjini narudi na get paranoia. Naziuza 50 hizi mangunga na R.I.Z.E. Well lala chini unaweza shutiwa kichwa. Last week I made a profit, this week nina mafuta. Sijali njegea kinishika na chengerere, hakuna mbricha. Naishika Osama, itosi kubebanga ni talanta. Ops wakicheza ni kushanda, manywele na mabiad na achanga. Mtu wangu wena jeshi yako, si hakimu na maneno. Tuswai patana hizi street, tunda kuvunja meno. Atujali wera yoyote, sisi bora faida. Rende imaribika, takulwa mchana, hakuna kusaidika. Product of my nature, kuna vitu feelingi sorry, vitu expensive, zunifanyanga ni feel lonely. Shosh yangu ni Gwangi, usanifu kwa plot ataka kuna giza. Sichezi mimi ni bandi kila scene still angamiza. Yo kasi na shilingi za peng na jua ringi na manga aringi. Uchumi inatumiza. Nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E. Shosh yangu ni Gwangi, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E.
Shosh uskia toast jongore ya cops wa legalize it. Sorry copros jali mini mtumiaji wa bangi. Haitaki hasira ni rahisi, kwanza shika jiba gusanif. Na stoi hongo labda nkufungie kikolo. Mzae Joanna hempi nabidi tukule korobo. For 2 days sasa pedi alinipiga msasa. Mteja patikani maybe aliingilia siasa. White man bado simpendi atafuta wanipe independence. Kitu ya mtu ni deni na usiwai toka ya bestege. Town ondokia hesi yani si unasafisha teke. Jo hautaki kupatwa na reke. I hope ulipata ile message enye tulituma na bullets. Amjui maana spending ndo maana mnapenda za bure. Akili yako ndo safest, usijijaze kama mbunge. Taya pio shules, ushasikia babu wa swale. Sasa una deal na ndugu ya Sule. Kumbe Shosh yangu ni Gwangi, usanifu kwa plot ataka kuna giza. Sichezi mimi ni bandi kila scene still angamiza. Yo kasi na shilingi za peng na jua ringi na manga aringi. Uchumi inatumiza. Nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E, nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E. Shosh yangu ni Gwangi,
nauza gunga na R.I.Z.E.
Mbogi Genje zimenyanya nimepandisia sigla luku diriba nimepiga madikla mbegega nimekwaria ni ya kibla top shota kuwa wacha kwa madila mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti idha inengini mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti ukijaribu MG tunazidi hard street imekuwa dimanga za kijihad tuko yard MG tupate tukiziban vitu tumezunda kwa kinena ni mashang time ya battlefield maga imemokre this MG uwezi dikishokte na marima tulibakisha mashoste tumedunga maoriji nyima mboste MG kila zinga na gadget top shota jusijai miss target leto fala tutakuzunda kwa gundu mbukurieba mazishi bungu wakibanja za kifala wataganda na watrace na kivitu na washanda na wachia mbaru limwi na maganda na nyambisha za kupatch ni kikacha mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti idha inengini mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti ukijaribu MG holy fruit ni sharia ubado peace kani batting ya weri sezi miss nile de wanajikuna maushuru snadi tea maidhani ya nduru nyima bazenga wawale wapienga sindo makwenga na tunawatepa kwenye pressure kuacha na imani tu shell shack tukizama tu mboka yangu weva itumtiu siaka mbaya nikakuna pigwa riu hii design tunakam na islang tulijam tukaze kufika shang mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti idha inengini mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti ukijaribu MG down juu ni mambatko militan na wa strike Afghan saruku mainfama kuwa nasho rima sezi boss bila toras nikivuta yezi pulo bila dibla sikro kwa mashangi yezi kwara mokalize mutu chwezi yezi zunda uzre magutoni ulipa wanabaki walidhani ni raisi govana atubanji mara bwegze mwok sana utalinki na mbegega nikiriet kuwa kaka kuwa shona mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti idha inengini mwok dogo jukwa chom ni wazing tumeria umadibi tuko yolo na mating tuko full degree utakula makidi itabaki umeti ukijaribu MG
Manze, aoni ma Sheng Masters moving forward. My master wengine that did shape 2020. Master wa drill, my master. You guys have been talking about Wakadinali. You guys have been talking about GTA. Yani watu wengi sana wame drop some amazing drill tracks. Now there were some people that were really slept on, and this crew from Buru, Asewa 58, Buruklyn boys were really slept on. Yet they have some amazing fire drill tracks. They recently released a new one as of the recording of this episode, and that track is called Nairobi. I really love these guys, Maze, and I love what they are doing. Also, another drill master that was slept on in 2020 happens to be Hudini. This man, this producer for UDS Music was really slept on. He did release an amazing track featuring Wahenga, and the track is titled Mushkill. Even DJ Andy agrees that this song is fire, Maze. Mushkill is a big jar. Na ingoma inakupatianga tu energy ingine. Hata kama uko nayo, it pumps energy to you. So for me, those are the drill masters that were really slept on in 2020, Buruklyn boys, and from them we're gonna be playing the song Nairobi. And then the other one is Hudini. From him we're gonna be having Mushkill featuring Wahenga. So we're gonna be playing these songs right here, right now on Ado Veli Podcast.
Yo 5-8 kwa nini kesho si kesho? Tunatoka Nairobi mzima East Bus mpaka CBD. Ndio Mbogi imevisha drill 254 tunachafua scene. Sindo the trend NTV kwa hii game sima MVP. Na kaa kuna msana bishana kamizi size za try kuresist. Tunatoka va Nairobi mzima East West mpaka CBD. Ndo Mbogi imevisha drill 254 tunachafua scene. Sindo the trend NTV kwa hii game sima MVP. Na kaa kuna msana bishana kamizi size za try kuresist. Kwa wala ni recognize mini big boy uno. Kwa this bado unakangwa hata kome ivisha judo. Manambli tunawaround nika tunacheza ludo. Fresh wako na slide DM sina time ya makuro. Bro wangu alipurura stock pia mikabaki nimefines plug. Hamariza nonaneza du juu wamepiga marags. Itabaki tutoke kwa ground tuache kutwa maloko tags. Mahita kwendeni uko sifanya kitu juu ya mafans. Tuko top juu ya KCC maobsere mzima tunawaping. PUBG au COD Battle Royale kwa hizi streets. We ready to risk kataji bali hatuna pupa tuhang na fali. Wejua hii gang ni kali napenda na mademo geti kali. Tuko strap na makori in case ama nambli wajigasa na die smoke. Tuko strap na makori in case ama nambli wajigasa na die smoke. Maziwa zetu ziko fresh endenu uko na hizo ndege zenu imbo. Utasurvivaje kwa jungle man na hautafuti do. Tunatoka va Nairobi mzima East West mpaka CBD. Ndo Mbogi imevisha drill 254 tunachafua scene. Sindo the trend NTV kwa hii game sima MVP. Na kaa kuna msana bishana kamizi size za try kuresist. Tunatoka va Nairobi mzima East West mpaka CBD. Ndo Mbogi imevisha drill 254 tunachafua scene. Sindo the trend NTV kwa hii game sima MVP. Na kaa kuna msana bishana kamizi size za try kuresist.
Maguno amevisha drill 254 sima namba 1. Unaweza uliza namba 1. Mina dai cash do wap hadi ma euros. T-Bob ki anon T man agagali o me. Kwa kichwa nina ma alphabet ABCD. Stay tuned kwa hii TV na team ina shutdown CBD. Na marapa kwa week kwa streets amkudungwa BCG. Stay tuned kwa hii TV na team ina shutdown CBD. Na marapa kwa week kwa streets amkudungwa BCG. Niko jo kwa scene mkono zinarushwa right and left. Kwa street usibebe ufala go hard catch na BMX. B-boys tunaenda viral breaking news kwa CNN. Na ukileta ujinga kwa Mbogi unapigwa X. My bro this life is crazy and welcome to the city of sex. Our say wamekarima knives gangs for defense. You gang yo kwanga safi used to tempt no offense. Na ukileta ujinga kwa Mbogi unapigwa X.
This is your biohazard warning system. Due to the new COVID-19 virus, the following measures come into effect. We are announcing the start of the immediately effective nationwide quarantine.
Mkadinali Mushkill. Yani ningori neza chachisha ineza kwa buzz na kwa pia hit the same time. Nani awache kama sheria kama ibada maji. Lazima tukate wanna catch feelings once get by juni party after party. Siwezi acha shore mebeba yo man. Yo ni asset niko busy hustling saka ganji. I'm minding my biz. Wako busy rolling puff and passing cannabis active. I'm so visionary Marcus Garvey my heart my Gandhi. Until I rock them Jordans rock them eyes. Don't tell me to chill yeah I know I'ma pin your ass. Sorry nigga won't apologize. Every time I get a chance I promise to do it again and again. Don't compromise to give them what they want. Let them hate they wanna hate. Everybody ain't your fan. Man said these people are so fugazi. I'm making my pathway with a sledgehammer. Never let my tools down. Come say I go jabba. My love for music ila design ya kukina luscious like a sci-fi movie This shit is so unusual Yani ningori nizi. Yeah Neza chachisha Ineza Mkadinali Mushkill. Yani ningori nizi. Neza chachisha Ineza
kana mekuja na Mbogi mashash kuwaka keje mejeza mamoshi na stop kustaga na lala kando ya road mblade mangwa Mbogi lazima isosi. Mbogi ni Mushkill imejaa ngori na uponenda forfeit na mlingoti hata na kitambi chuma ni doshi nukaswa toshi na drop banga na wafanya fossils ati na ngori nipate best jue nani ni odi
Ningori saya ni mjamzito. Eti mimi father utadhani Papa Benedicto. Ni ni heri ningebaki kejani ni mchoche siko. But fisi ni fisi sasa nalenga aziada TikTok. Na kama ni unyama iko ndani nishakubali nite big dog. Kidungi mabunda kwa toja shingo nayo mizigo. After sushi ni mboga usiulize mbona naipenda hivo. Mbogi ni ngori naweza kunyang'anya hadi figo.
Mushkill. Yeah, nini ngori ni Z. Yeah. Ineza chachisha. Ineza Mbogi ni Mushkill. Yeah, nini ngori ni Z. Ineza chachisha. Ineza
What a chachisha. I got flows to kill. These niggas hoes for real. I got my woes in here. Woo! Shit, I had to show out for this. Shorty blow out a kiss. I ain't have a pot to piss, but I put the pedal right to the metal. Climb the levels, now I got the medal. Mask on, gotta dodge the fellas, cause the fools always in their feelings. Woo! Wassa. Watch out for imposters. If you gon' be prosperous, you gotta take some losses. Watch how I just bodied this whole beat, I'm sorry. She don't sip my Carly, she said my dick asali. I probably shouldn't added that. I pop the pussy, go rat-a-tat. See, I pop the pussy and I pass the cat. Make y'all have asthma attacks, catch your breath. I'm gon' stay fly to death. Y'all gon' hate, why the hell? My eyes stay wide as hell. Watch out for the ops, destination is a top. Real niggas gon' pop, and fake niggas gon' stop. Gon' stop.
Yeah, nini ngori ni Z. Yeah. Ineza chachisha. Ineza Mbogi ni Mushkill. Yeah, nini ngori ni Z. Ineza chachisha. Ineza
So far, we've already looked at 3 categories, 3 elements that did shape Kenyan Hip Hop in 2020. We've looked at the lyricists, we've looked at the Sheng Masters and the Drill Masters. Moving forward, because I have 3 other remaining categories, let's talk about the FMCs. Let me know if you guys struggled with finding having a favorite FMC in 2020, because for me, I was really struggling mwaka ikianza. I was really struggling because nilikuwa nashangaa mali wamejificha wapi. I do understand that we are still in the middle of a pandemic and the people have been having different challenges, but still, I was expecting music, and when you're expecting something and you're not seeing it, najua this is how you tend to be disappointed. But eventually, watu wakaamka na wakaamua to start putting in the work. FMC that put in a lot of work in 2020, maze, one of them for me is Maandy. And I feel that Maandy, watu wajakuwa kimwongelelea sana, despite the fact that she's been making music all year long, accompanied by videos as well, making sure that she looks like a snack all the time. She's been out here, she's been active all year long. I didn't feel like in 2020 we gave her flowers. Hatukumwongelelea kutosha, but Maandy in 2020 has really been putting in work, and she's not about to stop. 2021 is here, and Maandy Maze is ready to take it further, another step ahead, and I'm ready for it. So from Maandy, we're gonna be having the song Shash na Lipgloss, another drill thing, because Pea kuogopa. She hopped onto the drill wave, Maze, and she did deliver. Another FMC that also hopped onto the drill wave is Steph. We all know that Steph did drop her EP also in the year. I don't know if you guys have listened to that as well. If not, maybe you just consider going back and bumping to her EP as well. So Steph has really tried being active in 2020. She's been out here doing her thing, and we all know Steph goes hard on a track, and she hopped on a drill thing na akafanya the mazishi freestyle. So at this point tutasikiza hizo ngoma mbili, that is Shash na Lipgloss by Kabaya, Maandy Kabaya, and then we're gonna be listening to the mazishi freestyle by Steph.
I want you to leave me.
Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko, vodona cheese na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, vodona cheese na trito. For me meweza link up, kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko, vodona cheese na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up. Busy ufala sipo, niko kwa date na Bishop. ani connect na Kristo. Wezi nitisha na dick print, niko na animal instinct. Chafua head na lipstick, guna kamini misfit. Pussy a prize, win it, and I die I'm fly in it. Get so high, get it, cocktail, whiskey, keg na spirit. Check in BNB responsibly na lugha mlami. Mbogi calling in, hella leads ni club kundani. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, for me meweza link up. Pigia Lydia na mumbe sio uji ni teza choche. My girl sugar na magode choma kitu kama Moses. I got bad girls being your friends. We set standards, we set trends. Still meza KC hizi ends. Fuck what TRG, fuck the feds. Them and I die could join team. Kukwa fly ni destiny. Can't no bitch do it like we. Can't see me without a fee. But I'm not chase naga cheat up. Man's on a leg on my lip gloss. Tuko kwa bash getting nasty. Side ya left kwa backseat. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, ATM card kondiko. Vodona chase na trito. For me meweza link up, for me meweza link up, for me meweza link up. Kwa pass ni Shash na Lipgloss, for me meweza link up.
Steph mazishi leo mtajua hude matishiki sicheki na nyinyi watoto nyi wote mnyonye matiti. I'm king of the city ni kilos kwa wingi kabata simiti ogopa kajini just Steph ni balabe mbalua halisi. Back to the basics I'm schooling you niggas machangi kwa matrix. Fuck all the fake shit they biting my stab but my pen is the patent. Ati Steph chorea marangi pekee ndio ufanya my painting. Calling my number huduma hii line I wake up waiting. Me I'm the best fuck all the rest doing it well so I say it with chest. Ni moto kundani na nileta quest. Hotbed of terror I'm pending arrest. So many Steph coming in preps watching the games kahini chess. Stories are who and so kanyagia vaini creps. Hard in the UK hard in my city. Steph and the gang yeah you know that it's litty. Coming correct like an A in my middies. All of the niggas in love with the biddy. Kama ningobi si chapi my story katambe my friend in a biddy. Chimba kaburi na kuweka kumi wajue hurudi just Steph is a bully.
Shosh na Lipgloss. I really love these two tracks. Those were the FMCs that did shape 2020. Moving forward, let's talk about projects basically that were released in 2020 because hip-hop, speaking about hip-hop and my hip-hop projects in 2020, ukiangalia all the projects that were dropped in 2020, hip-hop takes more than half. Kuna EPs, kuna mixtapes, kuna albums. Hip-hop takes more than half of that. One of the EPs that I really enjoyed listening to in 2020 happens to be Njaa Ya Nai EP by R.I.Z.E. He released this EP towards the end of 2020 now. It's just 4 songs in, but each track really just describes how life in Nairobi has been for him and how he views life in Nairobi, how he survives, how he writes music, story na magaldim na nini. Just know how Nairobi is to kila mtu anasemanga tu Nairobi is a big bedroom, but Nairobi is more than just a big bedroom. People are out here and they're trying all their best to to survive the crazy life of Nairobi. So that for me is Njaa Ya Nai EP by R.I.Z.E. in Libamba Sana, and from that EP you're gonna be listening to a track known as Niko Easy, yani me Niko Easy. This track he features Steph. Definitely she always goes hard on a track, and on this one she didn't disappoint as well. Now I'm a vibe sana. Another album that I enjoyed listening to, because me nimesikiza albums mingi an album that I really enjoyed listening to happens to be King in the North album by MC Genje. He also did release this album towards the end of 2020 as well. I really love the features on the album, and one of the features in Imenibamba Sana is featuring Monski on a track known as Facts. That is a track we're going to be listening to as of this moment. So tutacheza hizo ngoma mbili, Niko Easy by R.I.Z.E featuring Steph. And then we're gonna be having Facts by MC Jeezy featuring Il Dada Monski mwenyewe.
Niko Easy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I can't help but notice how you and your homies always popping off at the mouth. I just been wondering what the fuck you niggas always been talking about. No digeda kudeneka na maodo mari matari nafata. So if it ain't a dollar, don't you even holler, big homie, just shut your mouth. I'm getting nauseous. How could you niggas be so preposterous? Lying to these bitches, feed them nonsense. Doesn't it ever get to your conscience? If it ain't profit, stop. It's just a topic, better yet quit talking. It's clear we got different targets. Don't mention my name if I ain't involved in it. And I'm never involved if I don't evolve. I got several things that I need to cross off my list of the shit to do so I can boss up. Stay on my grassy, I'm Tony Hawkins. Bitch, I'm Richard Dawkins. Educating y'all, I'm in the process of earning my real nigga doctorate. Start taking notes while I kick this knowledge. Go blah blah blah, siwezi wasikiza mimi nimenyanyanya. Yeah. Go blah blah blah, siwezi wasikiza juu nimenyanyanya. Mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy 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 easy. Nyi mko busy busy, nyi mko busy busy. Mkichapa story mnangoja si tu wasikize. Mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy 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 easy. Nyi mko busy busy, nyi mko busy busy. Mkichapa story mnangoja si tu wasikize.
Feels like it's time for confessions. Got so much to get off my mind. I fuck it, let's fill up a zoo. I'll deal with my lows when I'm high. Got many who claim they're the best when we know they standing in line. Say let's better work up the math. Big homie, you're not in your prime. Baby, I'm patient but ain't got the time. Don't watch the faces, don't read up online. I'd rather sit on my porch and roll up a fatty than give him a piece of my mind. Might take a couple of L's, it's cool. Spark up a J like a G, then I'm good. Hit up the stew and I cook up a tune. That's how I level and switch up the mood. Leave all the tweets to the twats. I ain't gotta speak when it's facts. How you gonna beef for the pigs? Ain't no reason in that, nah, ain't no season for that. Man, just reap what you sow. Me, I just speak what I know. Me, I just feel what I flow, yo, oh. Wako blah, blah, blah. Siwezi wasikiza juu nimenyanyanya, eh. Wako blah, blah, blah. Siwezi wasikiza juu nimenyanyanya.
Mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy 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 easy. Nyi mko busy busy, nyi mko busy busy. Mkichapa story mnangoja si tu wasikize. Mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy easy, mi niko easy 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 easy. Nyi mko busy busy, nyi mko busy busy. Mkichapa story mnangoja si tu wasikize.
Hello? Do you know what time it is?
Yo, spitting facts. Yo, Monski, let them know.
Yeah, here we go and more. You me just can't tell me Jakk 24 to blow. Man, these MCs walk, yo, they got to go. Hisi rumba, hini raps, kizo sauti flow. Your man wanna stay, I told him papi go. Goso imeshika misi babi though. Na hasondo wachorwa kwe mababi bro. Wape 2-5 flow, check it back, it grow. Kenyan music ni kali yame si utani. Play the whole culture, DJ Achobani. Buda tumekam kugeuza serikali. Vibare kwa ubari na hizo sirikali. The only way forward is just bringing it back. That's why I'm going in like ink on a tat. The suckers talk a lot until you checking the stats. We got the boom, we got the strap. I'm just speaking the facts, nigga. Spitting the facts. Spitting the facts. Yeah, spitting the facts. When we take over the game, we ain't giving it back. Spitting the facts. Yeah, spitting the facts. Spitting the facts.
When we take over
the game, we ain't giving it back.
Facts, they called me the MC. They added King to my name. Yeah, I have a Drake. Martin Luther with these words, bro. They move, they mean. I kill a beat like Malcolm by any means. Still Nakuru's finest MC. Still finna go worldwide. Fuck you, me. I've been dropping bars since 0203, and the flow still lethal. COVID-19, you Monski. You got a mask on around these rappers. They bars ain't healthy and too many of them is cappers. But of course there's some dope MCs, and of course they got my respect like it's supposed to be. But let's separate the whack and the obsolete. Triple distill the rap game, the flows is weak. And I got 36 in my chamber for whoever solo act or clan that wants the heat. Yeah, bruv, call me Pat Riley. I said I got the heat for anybody out wildin'. Out on these niggas like cannon. All I needed was aperture, my shutter speed unfathomed. The bars go deep, man, they sunken like submarines, but still submachine whenever I let go. From the get-go, I've been spitting facts, and when I take over the game, I ain't giving it back. Nyoko.
Spitting the facts. Spitting the facts. Yeah, spitting the facts. When we take over the game, we ain't giving it back. Spitting the facts. Yeah, spitting the facts. Spitting the facts. When we take over the game, we ain't giving it back.
Yep, and ladies and gentlemen, as we are coming to the end of this episode, let's just talk about the final element, the final people that did shape 2020, and that happens to be the rap singers. Our Sunny who rap and they can also sing at the same time. They did shape 2020 because they've been out here making tracks, adding a different taste to a track all year long. And the first person that always does this happens to be Sirbwoy. I've talked about Sirbwoy a lot, and we were lucky enough to have a conversation with him earlier on in 2020. We did a review, a listening party for his debut album, Transaction Story. Sirbwoy yani tu is just a person you listen to. Just give him your ears. Usikize tu chenye anasema, because he really understands what he's doing and he really knows his art. He understands his kind of music. So Sirbwoy is really coming out strong, and I love the fact that he came out strong in 2020. I'm hoping for more music from him as well. I had seen somewhere. Okay, let me not talk about him and Wrong Rende. Itakam tu siku ingine. So from his album, we're gonna be having the Transaction Story track. In this track, he features Wakadinali. So Sirbwoy Mazejo, massive shout out to Sirbwoy Maze. Also another rap singer that did shape 2020. Let's talk about Steph Capella, because we didn't give him enough flowers. All we gave him was a trophy for the collab with Mkadinali. It's a big track, we have to agree, but this man went ahead and also released an album in the year, the Vicky Secrets album. It's a beautiful album that you guys maybe should consider bumping to. And he has been featured in a number of collabs. If I'm not wrong, nimehesabu kama 5 so far, na zote ni kali. So one of the collabs yenye imenibamba sana by Steph Capella happens to be Fika Bay, and this is a track he has been featured on by Jovie from his album Don wa Madon. So manzejo tu watu wafike Bay. So tutasikiza hizo ngoma mbili. That is Transaction Story by Sirbwoy featuring Wakadinali, and Fika Bay by Jovie featuring Steph Capella. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that Ado Veli Podcast is out each and every Friday. Check us out on every digital platform. We are out on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you do subscribe and give us a 5-star review. We are out everywhere, manze. We are on Mixcloud, we're on YouTube, and on YouTube, please do consider subscribing as well and giving this episode a thumbs up. Wherever it is that you're listening the episode from, make sure you just do that one thing: follow and subscribe to Ado Veli Podcast. Check me out on social media. That is on Instagram at Penina_10 and on Twitter at Penina101. Yani Kenetu Msafi Penina101. Let's meet on another episode, Mazejo. At this moment, just enjoy Transaction Story by Sirbwoy featuring Wakadinali and Fika Bay by Jovie featuring Steph Capella. Kwaherini.
Niko na wanyama banki kwa sipori. Transaction Story. Nashika makash, jana betina mariga. Narola majina madenge na dinga na ringa. Niko na wanyama banki kwa sipori. Transaction Story. Nashika makash, jana betina mariga. Narola majina madenge na ndai na ringa.
Wanasema eti squeeze ni na ringa.
Niko na wanyama banki iko sipori. Ado Veli Podcast, nashika makash. Kama wezi sikiza Ado Veli Podcast yo. Kama wezi sikiza Ado Veli Podcast kama kawa disa boy. Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na dinga na ringa. Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na ndai na ringa.
Wanasema eti squeeze nina ringa. Juu niko busy sina riba. Sidai mboga sembe haingi bila liver. Kisha madoba, mimi na my G-bag. Siezagi kasita maliza. Guinness mbili na taska sida ya diva. Kaniko klabu mi ndio nalipa. Biz kama Arabu na raha kaya Mwafrika. Man I swear my lifestyle is so wrong. 5 in the morning with a girl I don't know. Fuck how my pony just squeezy we don't run. Ataki ni bamba I know my brothers will come from. Na spend you judge. Niko na super kona spending habits. Kibidit na washaki kushpeng in public. Ata sibidit na za kukupea wisanif.
Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na dinga na ringa. Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na ndai na ringa.
Walintokea jana saile sikuwa na ama. In fact walintokea Sambaya John Kihama. Nilibumburushwa, sijui ni gun ama ganja. Months on the run, it's been 3 days jalala. This sleepless ni effect ya handas, mawazo na janta. C-strain, from Monday to weekend. Miada mekwama, searching bado mkwanja. Takapo rimejaza kwa struggle la utukosi. This year imekuwa tu scandals na kikosi. Yo, tumefika mpaka koti. Fala fulani alitaka kucheza na msosi. Yo, itamuite, hii kesi ni anafana represent. Na mwambie aharakishe kabla mikono hazijapitia chini ya bench.
Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na dinga na ringa. Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na ndai na ringa.
Sasa tumambaka ya kutoa, mina confirm na roll na wanaita my brother siwezi confirm. All my guys are ballers baroda, iko on fans. Container mingi baka kwa boda, ziko on trans. Otea ringi pale kwa kona, akanipea chance. Na kaa ringi na nakichoma kwanza moshi za line. Na chunga mali amebeba kachogi wa bank. Na nandinga kali naendesha na nimejaza tank. Soka una ganji yangu man, tuma ASAP. Niko na geri yangu gal, tuma so sharp. Miwona eri mjangu achomwe seska. Domu yone jo kwa mbudu sisi divimentka. Sai wakaziaji in fact wanatukemba. Arrest Wakadinali himtaani kuroremba. Na chai wachachishaji mainga ya kuorera. Wapende wasipende makash tunazipenda.
Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na dinga na ringa. Niko na wanyama banki kosi pori, transaction story, nashika makash, jana betina mariga, narola majina madenge na ndai na ringa.
Na kuanga wera hadi kutwa, kitu sishindi mi sex waka ni kucha. Ndo ujue si ukamilisha show, chukua tiko kuja. We ni gangster, the point is tatizo leo. Nilikuwa na mjaste, alafu akageuka mteja. Tulipisha na kwa njia, na hakusema ati anakuja. Akakuwasha simu, akanisho fika piko kumurwa. Nikamsho venye niko na siko mudhurwa. Nina habit ya kusafirishia weed mustiri. Na raundi ile risk nimetake ni bigi. Unafaa kukata cake vifiti, ndo nilifunzwa na R.I.Z.E na si John Mushiri. Rongrende tuna boss kama Ira. Kuna uwezekano tuneza lipwa na ija na Ira. Yo, sindo ile type ya raia. Kando na fame tunakuanga na taki ya mira.
Unja kuna wase wengi manze washinanga tu wamelala alafu
si huku.
Where mangware wani wesi Where mangware misi jesi Kune asare hayu wesi Fika pay Where mangware si wabembelezi Where mangware Doni fika pay Niko kazi, oya niko wera Niko kazi, no sina nafasi Oya niko kazi, niko wera Hakuna ngazi, buda hii ni kazi I need a favor, do me no favors I cannot save her, I'm not a savior Move on the same gear, she said the same here Killing the game here, I feel the same dear Najivunia penye nia njia lazima itapatikana Ukinifungia bado naingia nkiingia utaitana Nashughulikia shughulika mia ni njaro nimezipanga Ninakimbilia na nakwamilia kwa baruni kama kanga Niko kazi, oya niko wera Niko kazi, aya twende kazi Oya niko kazi, oya niko wera Niko kazi, buda mi muzazi Wera mangware wani wesi Wera mangware misi jesi Kune asare hayu wesi Fika pay Wera mangware si wabemelezi Wera mangware No ni fika pay
Dedication ndo imenifikisha mali niko Vegetation ndo nimeisetisha kwa kiko Miubul na magun ndani ya stu na shiko Hits kwa jiko kani imbo mimi siko Wera mangware na chapa kazi na sisare Nasaka shake kuishi lavish na si Karen Kaya ni mama mboga, kaya ni donda, kaya ni klande Wera ni wera lazima usake kamsha hande Get to the bag I put the cash in the store and watch it go. He put the faith in the boy and made it snow. I had some feeling particular issues that made me know. Niggas be talking behind your back, now hard to wake a show. Fuck niggas. Niggas be talking shit about you when you win and shit about you when you lose. It makes no sense. Take a bait, nigga.
Sare hayu wesi Fika pay Wera mangware si wabembelezi Wera mangware No ni fika pay
Ado Veli Podcast, the #1 Kenyan music podcast.